Now this has been fun, and by fun I mean not fun. So I've realized that one of the downsides of this particular mic arm is that I can no longer have the camera over at this end to record when I want to do these morning videos, but that's okay because you find something new, you find a different way around it. My only issue is when the camera is back there, I have to move lights and another webcam in order for it to fit correctly. And I'm not crazy about the frame. Get this weird little vocal focus effect, you know, with this monitor coming in right here. And it's like, it's okay. I'm looking at it and I'll get over it. But the real, oh my, dude, my brain. Hold on, give me a second. It won't matter too much because I actually have a new microphone on the way for the camera. So I've been in need for a mic. Whenever I do these morning videos, I always just record using Audacity on my streaming PC. And then I always do like a safe track recording on Audacity on my gaming PC. So I always have two different audio tracks that I can work with. And I've been doing that ever since I've been doing these morning videos, which is only about 6 months. And then whenever I would do recording kind of out and about around the house, I would always just use the internal microphone on the camera. Well, that only sufficed for so long. And I've been doing an insane amount of research trying to figure out, did I want to go with a lav mic? Did I want a wireless lav mic? Okay, if I go the wireless route, do I want to buy something that will suffice for now and then upgrade something down the road? Do I want to get a shotgun microphone? Do I want to just get an audio recorder with a lav mic? And I just went over and over and over trying to think of like what situations I was most likely going to be recording and what kind of equipment I wanted to mess with. Well, for the most part, when I'm doing these morning videos, I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you, and I'm not moving too much. And I have some adequate mic etiquette when it comes to recording videos. So I think it does pretty well. However, not being tied to this massive dildo right here would be awesome. So I thought, okay, wireless sounds awesome. The Wireless Go system from Rode seems like it could work out really well for what I'm doing. And then I just felt like, hold off on the wireless stuff. Get something nice. Get something, and that was going to be the other thing, is if I went with a wireless system or if I went with an audio recorder system, I was going to have to sync audio in post, which, you know, if I'm a professional YouTuber or if I'm, you know, a professional content creator and there's a certain end goal when it comes to quality, sure, recording to a separate audio recorder that has amazing preamps and syncing in post sounds great. For me, who's just trying to record a 20-30 minute video in the morning, not having to sync in post is just one less thing I have to do right now. And maybe down the road, did my monitor just die or did the camera just die? I'm still recording. Okay. Looks like it was the monitor. I need to get more batteries for these fucking dang socks. All right, hold on. Let me unplug the HDMI and then let me flip up so I can at least make sure that I'm staying in frame and such. Yoink, beauty of the A6400. Can I kind of see myself? Am I focusing? Hold on. See, now I have to tap focus on my face. There. I think that's working. Okay. Please, God, be in focus. What was I saying? Anyways, microphone. So I ended up going with the Deity D3 Pro, which is a shotgun microphone. And then I also got a Beach Tech Micro Pro, which is like a microphone preamp. The coolest thing about it is you can have a single mic input split to the left and right channels so that you can always record with a safety track, which means I can have one channel, the left channel, be at, let's say my audio peaks are at negative 12 decibels. Sweet. I can have the safety track down at negative 20, you know, just in case. So if there's any chance that I scream or get loud during a recording, I have a track that I can use. Or you can actually separate two different mics, one mic to white jack, one mic to one jack, and then one mic to another jack. So if I were to have a wireless lav system in the future, I could pair it with the shotgun microphone and kind of bounce between the two if I need it. But that's stuff down the road. My biggest thing that I didn't want to have was the shitty preamps that these cameras have. So I got myself a different mic preamp that will mount right on the camera. It's that small, and we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited. I've never had a shotgun microphone before, so we'll see how that goes. So if I continue to find love in this type of frame and I don't move the camera back, it's just so much easier. There's so much empty space. I'll just be able to set up the shotgun mic. And the shotgun mic is so tiny and skinny that I can have it in frame just pointed right at me. I don't mind that, but it'll give me a little bit more freedom than having to be around the setup. I would love to stop having to use OBS to record or Audacity to record my audio. So that's where I'm at right now. The microphone comes in tomorrow, and then the preamp comes in on Friday. So I'll most likely be having some fun with it over the weekend. There are days when I've wanted to go outside to record, but because of only having on mic audio or on camera audio, it's stopped me from doing that. So maybe one day we'll get outside. But who wants to do that? Being outside's no fun. Today's video. Next Wednesday is my 7-year anniversary on Twitch. So it is my 6-year streaming anniversary with this particular account. And then I have a year of streaming on another account that I had before this one. Knackers, you've had 2 accounts? Yeah. But guess what? Same name I've always had. There's only 2 names that I've had. Knackers with 3 A's and Knackers TV. I don't know why I get so thirsty in this room. There are a lot of emotions that come fleeting in with force when it comes to 7 years on Twitch. And most of them are not good. Most of them are negative. And during my time of self-reflection, trying to get exercise in with meditation, I've been trying to figure out why the 7-year mark hurts me more. And unfortunately, it all comes down to one of the simplest things, and that's numbers. And as much as I tell myself that numbers don't bother me, sounded like somebody was in my mailbox. It's probably a skunk or a squirrel. Hold on. It's just a homie going through our recycling to get some cans, which I don't mind. We have some people that will go through recycling and leave trash all over our lawn. And then there's some people like this gentleman who just grabbed his cans and pieced out. No trash. God, sir. Like, if this was during the daytime, I'd be like, you're the fucking man. Yeah. But people are sleeping. I have such a great time streaming. I love it. I'm always freaking about what I'm doing and what kind of content I'm creating. And I'm constantly bouncing between focusing on YouTube, focusing on Twitch, focusing on gaming, focusing on podcasts, focusing on just chatting. I'm bouncing all around. After these 7 years, I still don't have what I'm doing figured out. And after these 7 years, the one thing that you'll never really be able to get away from, and that's just kind of the nature of Twitch right now, is your numbers. You can try as hard as you want to get away from your viewer numbers. They're going to pop up places no matter what. And the place that always gets me, which is like the worst metric to go by, is end of my channel or end of my stream and I raid somebody. And the amount of people that are raiding shows up in chat. And that is always like the how good you did today meter. And that meter is never good enough. No matter what number, there's some times where I'm like, whoa, that's pretty good. But then anytime I say, whoa, that's pretty good, my brain goes into, why was that good? Oh, it's probably because you had a couple hosts and there are people who are still around but aren't even actually watching. So that number is kind of foobarred. On top of that, there are viewers who opt out of raids. So I would say that my raids are usually 60% of what the viewership actually is. By the time people leave, the people who have opted out of raids already, for the people that know that it's coming to the end of your stream and they're afraid of like separation, so they dip out before the stream even ends, that kind of thing. for some reason, that's always, it's like I have such an amazing time because I don't look at my viewer count. I don't look at my sub count. I don't look at my viewer count after the show, and I don't keep sub count up anywhere. I used to have goals where they were up, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. The fact that people sub give me the ability to continue doing what I'm doing. You know, the revenue that is generated from the subs and the tips and the gifts, those all continue. Like, they give me the ability to continue. They give me money for upgrading the stream. They give me money to purchase hardware to make more content. They give me money for video games that I can spend to play on stream. You know, it gives me things that I wouldn't have had a chance to have before. However, I care so little about the number of subs because in my particular position, I feel like it only does bad things for me. It's a comparison. It's a unit of measurement that I can use in a bad way for myself. And maybe one day I'll get to the point where that is just not the case, where I can look at the viewers, where I can look at the subs and not have it negatively impact me. But I think because I'm still lost on what I'm doing, it's just it's a negative peck. Like every time I see it, it's a negative peck. And when you've been at it for 7 years and you haven't seen your growth go up, right? Growth is going up. You know what I'm fucking saying? You've seen yourself in the same place for a super long time. You start asking yourself questions. And these are all questions you're no stranger to. You know what these questions are. Am I doing it right? Why am I here? Am I supposed to be here? Am I meant to be here? Are the things that I'm creating good? Or is the time that I'm spending worthwhile? And when I'm doing things, like when I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you, I feel great. I do feel worthwhile. When I'm doing the podcast, or I'm doing the Just Chatting streams where we're just sitting and hanging out talking about tech and learning from each other. Yes. And then it's like at the end of the stream, it's just like, boom, numbers. This is your worth. Again, this is nothing new. But how can I spin this into being something valuable and not just another regurgitated like numbers video? Well, the only thing that I can really think of is that, yes, as somebody who's been at this for 7 years, it still happens. So don't feel bad, you know? And when I say, you know, I've been streaming for 7 years, how long have I been actively pursuing being a better content creator? I would say for the first year, I was just playing video games. And then maybe for the next 2 years, I was playing video games, but sort of kind of taking it seriously and really starting to think about the things that I was doing, trying to improve myself in ways that maybe weren't like my core qualities. You know, I'm maybe trying to improve things that I wasn't good at. So let's say, to be fair, like 4 years. I've been 4 years have been a streamer. In the first 3 years, I was just streaming, and I'm okay with that. Again, it's another numbers thing, but for that reason, for me, anniversaries are never a celebration. It's almost like a negative reminiscent. I'm a reminiscent. An emotional reminiscent. I don't think that's a word. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. So like when I think about, hey, do you want to have a 7-year celebration stream? And the first thing my mind goes to is, well, can you do better than last year? And then I remember last year, we actually didn't even have a celebration stream. I don't know why, but something big happened around July or August. I don't know if it was a break or if it was like an emotional trauma time or whatever, but I remember skipping it. And there's probably a large reason of why that happened. I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to top the previous year's anniversary stream because the 5-year anniversary was like a huge stream. It was long. It was emotional. There were so many people. And it's like, there's definitely a deterrent from wanting to do something like that again, because you're like, well, I haven't really grown since then. And to know, like, to say out loud, you haven't grown since then. It's something that was 2 years ago. Ooh, that hurts. That cuts a little deep. And that's something that you just have to be okay saying out loud. It's never been enough to get me to stop. And again, there is a very fine line between determined and delusion, right? Am I delusional? Should I have stopped? Still don't know. I'm still going. But when I look back and I think about like what we've done so far and how far that we've come and how much I've learned and how much I've grown, there's no way that you can decipher why the numbers are what they are. And then you think about like, oh, well, it's COVID. Everybody's home. Your numbers should be up. Even though it's summertime, there's so many people who are just sitting at home. Why can't you still grow? And those are just arguments that I battle every day in my head. And I've done okay with trying not to look at the numbers. But again, when there's no way for you to get away from them, when no matter what you do, they're always going to pop up somewhere. Somebody mentions it in chat. It's just like little pecks at your ego, which is good because your ego should just be non-existent. Life is way easier that way. But, you know, it stings. It stings a little bit. However, when I think about the future, when I think about 2020, and that's the other thing you got to think about, right? Dude, it's 2020. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Shit's nuts right now. And that's what I try and keep at the forefront of my mind as well. I think about the things that I have accomplished so far in 2020. One of the things being sleep schedule. Completely reset. Got a new morning routine. Works out amazing. And I love it. I've quit nicotine. I've quit caffeine. I've put out, I think the last time I checked, it was 45 YouTube videos in 2020 so far, which has been fantastic. We took a break. We came back. We've done some amazing podcasts. Podcasts in the past 6 months have been the best that they've ever been. You know, and there are probably some other things out there that I've done that are cool, but those are the ones that like really stick out to me. And I got to focus on those. I have to realize that those were all great accomplishments and to try not still get myself down about other things. So streamers out there, this is a warning that in 7 years, you could be exactly where I am. But are you willing to push through that? That's kind of the thing you gotta figure out for yourself. There's nothing that nobody can tell you. You can read all of the motivational and inspirational books. You can watch all of the YouTube videos from other creators. But it's always something that you're just gonna have to figure out for yourself. And for now, like I've always said, there is nothing else in my life that is pulling me. There's nothing else that I would rather be doing with my time. It's just, maybe it's just that time of year that the numbers just get to you and they F with you, even though the streams that I'm having right now are the best that I've ever had. And I'm having the most fun and I enjoy them the most. So maybe just talking about this out loud will help, you know, and that's one of the main reasons that I do these morning videos, and hopefully to provide a little bit of insight for the people on the other side. But hey, I think it's been 19 minutes so far, and I think that's enough rambling for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's Wednesday, so happy hump day. Hope you have a great rest of your week. I can't wait for the weekend. I would like to be a vegetable. I would like to play some video games. I want a smash burger and a cheesesteak really bad. I'm supposed to be losing weight. And I've been struggling with that too, even though I've been fasting and exercising. I've still been struggling. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with that. But anyways, I'm going to go after I get this piece of poop out of my eye. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and for checking this out. And if you have any feedback or you have any thoughts or you feel like sharing your own story, leave in the comments. Okay? Knackers loves you, and he's leaving now. Goodbye.